Hey guys, what's up, people? Welcome to the session. How is everyone feeling? How is everyone doing? I sincerely hope that all of your preparations are going good. All the very best for your exams, people. I know as the time is nearing by, you guys are a little, anxious about what's gonna happen next. But as always, I would just say this: trust in yourself, believe in yourself. Whatever you do, give it your 100%. That's all I can say. And have a positive attitude towards whatever you do. So, good luck and may God bless you, people. So, anyways, welcome to the session. My name is Anup, and we are back with another Sprintex video. Yo, yes, today we'll be doing household circuits, one of the most easiest chapter. I would say because I would say that it's an easy chapter because there's a lot of theory involved in this. So yeah, it is quite easy. So welcome to the session, people. I hope that you guys are doing good. So let us begin with some amazing questions taken up from previous year question papers of household circuits. So for all those who are just joining for the very first time, who have never seen any Sprintex videos, so it works like this. So basically in Sprintex, what we do is basically we'll take some about 8 to 10 questions, 10 very important questions from the previous years, and we try to solve it in the least amount of time possible. So you also get an idea of what kind of questions are asked during the exams, and more importantly, you also know how to answer it as soon as possible, because over there obviously I know the 3 hours seem like a lot of time, but then in your exam hall it just goes on like that. So yeah, this is how we tackle that problem, right? So basically, people, household circuits, we have we have done the homework series of this, where we did the entire chapter. We talked about main circuit with fuse, switches, earthing, 3-pin plugs and sockets, and color coding and safety precautions. See, these are the topics from this chapter. Again, there's a lot of theory. There's no problems whatsoever. It's all just theory. There's no numericals. So it's a pretty damn easy chapter if you ask me. Right. Anyway, so let's begin, people. So this is the schedule, by the way, for physics. We are currently doing household circuits. We have 2 more chapters left, and that's it, people. Sprintex will be done. I hope you guys are making the best out of the Sprintex. If you haven't watched all the videos yet, the previous videos, you can check it out in the description. You'll be able to find the link for all the videos that's put up already. So this is biology schedule. Ambika ma'am has taken it up. So this is this chemistry schedule. You can download all the notes later, so don't worry about it. All these schedules will be available to you. Chemistry is taken up by Anuma ma'am. Then we have English taken up by Shweta ma'am. And then we also have SST taken up by Ankana ma'am. So yeah, that's pretty much it, people. So these are all the schedules. It'll go on till 27th and 26th of Feb. Math is taken up by Gopal sir, again till 26th of Feb is when it's gonna end. Right? So all the best. I really hope that you guys are making the best out of the Sprintex series. Yo! And do not forget to subscribe to the channel, people, because there's a lot of amazing content coming your way before your exams and way after your exams as well. So make sure you subscribe, make sure that you hit the bell icon, make sure that you like the video before we get started. Right? So that's it, people. Let's begin with a homework question. So this was the question that I asked you in the previous session of current electricity session 2. The question was this: an electrical appliance is rated as 1000 kilowatts. All right, it's not VA, it's actually watts, but it's a typo error, so kilowatts, and 220 volts. If the appliance is operated for 2 hours, calculate the energy consumed by the appliance in kilowatt hour. It's an easy question. This question was asked in your board exam 2012. Can you believe it? Such an easy question, people. So the formula is very simple. Energy is nothing but power into time. Power is 1000 kilowatts into time taken as 2 hours. So that's 2000 kilowatt hour. That's all. That is the answer, people. Such an easy question. That's like 2 steps. If you exclude the formula, that's like that's 1 step. That's all there is, and that is the answer, guys. These are the homework rockers who ended up giving the right answer. Anshika was the fastest to answer. Absolutely wonderful. Durga, answer the question. But yeah, thanks a lot, Durga. Thanks a lot. But yes, make sure you answer the question also next time. Palak, absolutely wonderful, and Spandan as well. Next time, if you want your name to be here, make sure that you answer the homework question that is asked towards the end. So stick till the end so that you get the homework question, and also try to solve all these questions by yourself. Now, before we get started, I would like to suggest you a couple of things. Make sure that you have your pen and paper with you because I want you guys to write down the answers in your piece of paper. Or if you want, comment it down in the comment section. That'll be amazing. Make sure that you spam your answers. Make it, like spam it like 100, 200 times. It does not really matter, but make sure that you spam those answers as well. And yes, I want you guys to solve the questions with me. If you need a little longer time to read the question, then I would suggest you to pause the video because it's being premiered as of now. So you pause the video and read the question carefully and then answer it. Right? So there's no need to rush into anything. There's no need for you to panic about reading the question or anything of that sort. And yes, the best thing would be to answer the questions in the comment section. Right? So that's it, people. Let's begin with the very first question taken up from 2017 board exam. 2-mark question. In your exams, you can take up to 2 to 3 minutes. But this is sprint X and we have to sprint. We cannot just jog. So we'll try to do it in less than 1 minute. The question is this. Identify the following wires used in a household circuit. All right. The first one is the wire that is also called as the phase wire. Second one, the wire is also connected to the top terminal of a 3-pin socket. Your options, there are some options. However, the options are live wire and neutral wire, live wire and the earth wire, neutral wire and the earth wire, or earth wire and the earth wire. Alright, so which wire is called as a phase wire? The phase wire is actually the live wire. The live wire that is there, that is called as a phase wire. And the wire that is connected to the top terminal, like if you have a 3-pin socket, the 3-pin plug, if you have, the top one, that is the thicker one that you have, which is on the top, that is your earth pin. That is your earthing pin or your earth pin. So the answer to this question would actually be option number B. That is live wire and earth wire. So that would be the answer for this question, guys. Again, you know the reasons for this. We have already done this in the regular sessions. The reason why that the other earth pin, is so big and so protruding out compared to the other 2 pins that you have at the bottom is because so that even if there's any extra current passing through it, you should not get electrocuted. So in order to avoid that is why we do it, right? So that is the answer, people. Well done. I hope you guys are able to give the right answer. Now again, I'm going to go on according to the plan. I'll give you maybe 5 seconds to answer the question, but I want you guys to pause the video and try to answer the question yourself, right? Moving on to the second question, people. Another question taken from 2016 board exam. Yet another 2-mark question, 2 to 3 minutes in your exams, but we'll try to do it in less than 1. The question is, state the characteristics required in a material to be used as an effective fuse wire. What are the characteristics that is required in a material to be used as an effective fuse wire? And the options are high resistivity and low melting point, high resistivity and high melting point, low resistivity and high melting point, or low resistivity and low melting point. What do you guys think? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The answer is option number A. It should have high resistivity and it should have low melting point. Why? Because fuses work on the principle of heating effect of electric current. So when the current is passing through the conductor, if there's too much current passing through it, there'll be too much heat, there'll be a lot more heat energy will be produced. And that heat energy, because the material has a low melting point, because of that heat energy, it will basically melt and the fuse wire gets disconnected, protecting the device from getting any sort of short circuits or even possible electric fires as well, right? So that is the answer, guys. I hope you got it because it's a very important concept. You have to understand why that is so. So the answer is high resistivity and low melting point. You need a low melting point, obviously, because if it is high melting point, even if you're producing a lot of heat energy, it might not melt it, right? It might not reach that temperature that it might melt and disconnect the circuit, because fuse is a safety device. The whole point of it is to disconnect the circuit. So yes, you need a low melting point and high resistance, right? Resistivity, sorry. Moving on to the next question, people. This is a question taken from 2015 board exam. So all 3 years, you can see that 15, 16 and 17 from this chapter, 2-mark question though is always being asked. So make sure that you focus on those 2-mark questions, guys. Super important, right? So read your textbooks as well. So here's the question. It's a 2-mark question, 2 to 3 minutes in your exams. We'll try to do it in less than 30 seconds. I think 1 minute, all right. The question is, at what frequency is AC supplied to residential houses? Your alternate current supplied to residential houses. When I say AC, it's not air conditioning. I'm talking about the alternate current. Second one, name the wire in a household electrical circuit to which the switch is connected. The switch that you have, the boards where you connect all those things. What is the wire onto which you connect the switch? All right. So these are the options: 50 hertz in neutral wire, 220 hertz and earth wire, 110 hertz and live wire, or 50 hertz and the live wire. The answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The frequency at which the alternate current is supplied to the house is actually 50 hertz. So voltage is 220 volts, as you guys already know. But the frequency is actually 50 hertz. That is the frequency at which it is sent to our houses. Name the wire in a household electrical circuit to which the switch is connected. The switch is generally connected to the live wire. All right, it is connected to the live wire, so that as soon as you turn off the switch, the whole the circuit becomes an open circuit, so it completely gets disconnected. In the sense, there's no more current flowing through it. So yeah, the right answer would be, guys, option number D for this case, because yeah, 50 hertz and live wire would be the answer for this one. Another easy question, right? 2 mark. It's an easy 2 mark. Now, obviously, in your exams, they will not give you options. You don't have MCQs per se, but yes, this gives you an idea that it does not take that long to solve these kind of 2 mark questions. Actually, quite simple. You just need to remember, read your textbooks, be thorough with the concepts, and you're good to go. 2014. Again, so 2014, 15, 16, 17, all 4 years, 2 marks to pakka they've been asking you from, asking from this chapter. Again, a 2 mark question, 2 to 3 minutes, we'll do in less than 1. The question is, name the device that is used to protect the electric circuits from overloading and short circuits. On what effect of electricity does the above device work on? Such an easy question, guys. The name, okay, I'm gonna answer the question in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All those who are watching the video right now, put it on the chat box. Let me know what is the answer to this question. The answer to this question, guys, name the device that is used to protect the electrical circuits from overloading and short circuits. Definitely the fuse, guys. The fuse is what is used. All right, now on what principle does it work on what effect of electricity does it work on? Heating effect of electric current. It works on heating effect of electric current. Basically what it means is that when current is passing through a conductor, there's heat energy also produced, and based on that principle, it's the whole concept of fuse works on. Right, guys? I hope you guys are enjoying. Do not forget to hit the bell icon, subscribe to the channel, and hit that like button as well, people. And if you are enjoying the session so far, and if you want to have such sessions in the future as well, and be a part of a squad which is all over the country, in fact, and learn with the best of the best teachers, and also gain 100% knowledge of every single concept, people, click onto the link that is given in the description and enroll into the Vedantu Pro subscription course. Now, let me tell you what are the advantages and why Vedantu Pro subscription course is it's an amazing option and amazing opportunity for you guys, in fact. So here's the thing, guys. The Vedantu Pro subscription course is actually a subscription model. It's like your Netflix and Amazon Prime and all that. So you take a 1 month subscription, you can watch how many movies you want in that 1 month duration until the 30th day, 12 o'clock. You can watch how many more movies and series you want. So it's exactly like that. So you have unlimited live sessions, just like how you see it in Netflix and all that. Unlimited live sessions, and all of those sessions, trust me, will be fun filled because you get to interact with the teacher, you get to actually talk to your friends. So it's going to be a very two-way conversation wala session. It's not going to be like one way where you just sit and watch the video. It's not going to be like that. And yes, you will have quizzes as well, and those quizzes will definitely test you to your best of the best abilities. It'll push you to your limits and also help you, give you an idea of how to answer the question and what kind of questions you can expect in your exams from that particular topic. And yes, because of these amazing quizzes, you also have a very unique opportunity to compare yourself, not to compare, but to compete and see how good you are in that particular topic. In fact, you can know what are your weaknesses, what are the topics that you're bad at, what are the topics that you have to work on a little, and what topics you're really good at as well. So you actually get a very detailed analysis of what is your state of mind and how prepared you are for your exams. And yes, all of these live sessions are recorded, and the recordings are such a way that while you're watching the recording, you can still take the quiz while you're watching it and still check out the leaderboard. So how amazing is that? Even while watching the replay, you can take the quizzes, check out the leaderboard, see how good you would have been if you had attended the live session. All of that amazing, best of the best technology is what you experience over here. And yes, you can download all the premium content, download all the notes, All the handwritten notes, every content, everything that is there can be downloaded. You can revise how many ever times you want. It's totally up to you people. With all of these guys, I know that a lot of you guys here are struggling to get your doubts cleared, especially when your exams are nearing by. There are a lot of things that you have in your mind right now. Do not worry, guys, because those doubts will also be cleared in the live session itself. Because you don't have just one teacher to help you clear your doubts and help you understand the concept. With the master teacher, you will also have the class teacher to help you clear every single doubt of yours. So whatever doubts you have, whatever it might be, how many ever it might be, all of those doubts will be cleared inside the session itself. So live doubt solving, and yes, some amazing tests and assignments are also waiting for you guys in store. And those tests and assignments, trust me guys, those questions will definitely help all the people who are preparing for your exams, who are looking for places where you can get some amazing questions. For all those who are trying to prepare yourself better for the exam. For all those who are just starting right now, it does not matter what category you fall under. For all of you guys, we are here, and yes, those tests and assignments will definitely help you guys out. So yes guys, again, the link is given in the description. Click on the link and enroll into the courses. With all of these, you have 5,000 plus micro courses and crash courses, all for free. Like I told you guys, you have unlimited choices over here, a ton of options, and yes, it's like a one-stop shop for everything that is there regarding education. So what you have to do is very simple, guys. Click on the link. So let me just show you. So go to YouTube first. Obviously, if you're watching the video, then you are already on the channel. So let me just open up Vedantu 9th and 10th English channel. Yes, once you open it, guys, click on any of the videos that is there right now. Click on any of the videos, go to show more, click on this option called subscribe to Vedantu Pro right now. Once you click on the link, guys, it'll take you to another page where you have to choose which grade do you belong to. Let's say you're in 10th grade. Once you click on that, they'll tell you which board do you belong to, CBSE, ICC, Maharashtra board. So click on the particular board. Let's say you're in ICC. Once you click on it, all the details would be given to you over here. All chapter revisions, subjects, all the subjects, basically live sessions with the best of the best teachers, clearing your doubts, assignments and recordings, chapter-wise tests and assignments. And you can check out all the results of last year, all of our superstars who ended up getting 98, 97.2, 98 just by taking up Vedantu classes. So you can check out all the results, see how your peers, how your friends, how your seniors have done by taking up the help at Vedantu Pro subscription course. So again, what you do is click on the link to proceed to pay, and it will basically take you to the payment schedule. But here's the thing, guys. Since you guys are some amazing students, you guys are amazing and have been supporting us so long, if you use my coupon code AMEPRO, so click on, I have a coupon code, and enter the coupon code AMEPRO. This is my coupon code AMEPRO, Anup Manoharan Pro, basically. So if you can enter this coupon code, people, you get a flat 50% discount up to 1,500 rupees for the next couple of days. It's a very limited period offer. It's not going to last for too long. So if you want to enroll into the courses, click right away and enter the coupon code AMEPRO to avail this 50% discount. So that means that from 2,699, the price directly drops down to 1,349 rupees. So basically, guys, it's a lot lesser than what the original price is. So what you have to do is just think about it, guys. If you talk about the value of money also, in that one month duration, you have attended a minimum of 200 sessions because you have 8 subjects. So you have attended a minimum of 200 sessions. That means that per session, you're just paying 6.7 rupees. That's all you're paying for your education, and that too with the best of the best teachers on the best of the best online platform there is, right? So what you have to do is click on the link, enter the coupon code AMEPRO and avail your discounts, and that 6 rupees is less than a packet of Lays that you pay 10 rupees for, right? The coupon code is AMEPRO, the link is given in the description. Enroll now and check out the courses. So once you enroll in the courses, let me just show you how it will look like. So basically, this is what your page will look like. So you can check out all the upcoming sessions, what not sessions are planned ahead for you guys. You can check out all the past sessions. You can click on the replay to check out all the replays. You can click on get notes to download all the notes, all the handwritten notes of the teachers. And yes, you can go to my courses and check out all the courses that you are eligible for. So every single course from science to physics to mathematics, everything would be over here. You can check out all the courses and enroll into those courses whenever you feel like doing so. Right, guys? So again, lots and lots of opportunities, lots and lots of amazing options. So check out the link in description and the pinned comment section. All right. So with that said, people, let's get back into the topic right now. We are going to get ahead with a 3-mark question right now, asked in 2019 board exam. 3 to 5 minutes in your exams, but trust me, guys, it takes less than a minute to solve this question. The question is this: write one advantage of connecting electrical appliance in parallel combination. Second part of the question: what characteristics should a fuse wire have? Third part of the question is: which wire is in a power circuit is connected to a metallic body of the appliance? I don't think there are any options, so yeah, let's try to solve this question. It's such an easy question, guys. To answer the first part of the question, what is the biggest advantage? Name. Okay, you have two main advantages, but if you talk about right one advantage of connecting in parallel connection, the resistance is bare minimum in parallel connection. Resistance is minimum. And also, guys, you can also write that even if one appliance stops working, if one appliance gets short circuited, the others will continue to work. So even if one gets short circuited, even if one gets short circuited, it does not matter because the others will continue to work. The others will continue to work in the case of parallel connection. That is one of the biggest advantage by far when you talk about parallel connection. Second part of the question: which characteristics should a fuse wire have? We've already seen that question. That's the second question that we've already solved. It should have high resistivity. It should have high resistivity and low melting point. Low melting point. I know my handwriting is like a doctor's handwriting, but I hope you guys are able to figure it out, right? Yeah. Anyways, third part of the question: which wire is in a power circuit is connected to the metallic body of a appliance? Come on, guys, you know the answer for this one. It's definitely going to be the earth wire or the earthing wire. The earth wire is the one that is connected to the metallic case, so that you don't get electric. You don't get that electric shock, or you don't get electrocuted in general, right? So that is why the ground wire or the earth wire is the one that is connected to the metallic surface. All appliances will continue to work even if one of the appliances does not work. High resistivity, no melting point, and the ground wire. That's all, people. 3-mark question. That's a 3-mark question. Less than 1 minute is all that it takes for you to solve that question. Next one, 2018 board exam. 4-mark question. 4-mark question. 4 to 5 minutes. We'll try to do it in 3 minutes. The question is this: a fuse wire is rated as 8 amperes. Can it be used with an electric appliance rated as 5 kilowatts and 200 volts? Give a reason and also name 2 safety devices which are connected to the live wire of a household electric circuit. 4-mark question, guys. This is going to be a little, this is going to take a little bit of calculation, but I want everyone to do it with me. All those who are watching the session right now, all those who are watching the replay, does not matter. Solve the question with me. It's going to be super important. These kind of questions you can expect in your board exams, so try to solve it with me. All right. So the current is given. The current rating of the fuse wire is given as 8 amperes. The power rating of the electrical appliance is 5 kilowatts, and the voltage is 200 volts. All right. So what is the current? If you guys know, power is equal to V into I. So I is equal to basically P by V. So power rating is given as 5 kilowatts, which is nothing but 5,000 watts, right? 5 into 5, because 1 kilowatt is equal to 1,000 watts. So 5,000 watts is the conversion of that. And into voltage is what? 200 volts. So 0, 0, 0, 0 is cancelled. 525. So you'll get it as 25 amperes. So that means that the current rating of the electrical appliance is 25 amperes. So if I have a fuse wire of 8 amperes and the electrical appliance is something which works at a current rating of 25 amperes, can I use that? Can I use that fuse wire? Absolutely not. I cannot use the fuse wire because the current rating of this fuse wire is less. So when the current exceeds, if the current exceeds 8 amperes, then it will melt. Then it will it will basically melt and disconnect the circuit, so the electrical appliance will not work at all. So obviously, so when you're using an electrical appliance like that, you should have a fuse wire that should also have a rating of current rating of 25 amperes itself, right? So that is why you can't use it. So that's a 2-mark question, people. The statement is 1 mark and the calculation is 1 mark. So that is, people. Second part of the question: name 2 safety devices which can be connected to a live wire of a household electric circuit. 2 safety devices. One is the fuse. The other can be your MCB, that is your miniature circuit breakers. Both of these are safety devices that is connected to the live wire in order to, in order for protection, right? And yes, guys, before I go any further ahead, I know that you can hear the banging sound that is there. That is basically some construction work going on right above my house, so I can't really do much about it. I'm really sorry about it. I apologize for that, but yeah, please don't get distracted by that, right? Anyways, so the answer is this, guys. The fuse cannot be used because it'll blow off once it exceeds 8 amperes, and yeah, fuse and the MCBs, right? 7th question, people. We are almost done. I know that a lot of you guys are anxious right now. So when is it going to get over? Few more questions. That's all. 2 more questions and 1 homework question. That's all. 3 more question. 2017 boards, 3 to 5 minutes. Will do it in less than 2. Which particle are responsible for current in a conductor? You know the answer to this, guys. I don't think I have to even wait for the answer. It's the electrons. Definitely the subatomic particle, that is the electrons, are the ones that is responsible for the flow of current. Second one. To which wire of a cable is the power circuit should the metal case of a geyser be connected? To which wire of a cable? To which wire of a cable in a power circuit should the metal case of a geyser be connected? It should be connected to the ground wire, or basically the earth wire. Alright, the earthing wire is where the metal case should be connected to the earthing wire, because when you touch it, you should not get electrocuted. That's why. Third part of the question is: to which wire should the fuse be connected to? Definitely the live wire is. The fuse wire is definitely connected to the live wire. So electrons, ground or the earth wire, and the live wire. So the answer should be option number D. Electrons, earth, and live. So that's the answer, people. That is it. Moving on. Okay. Alright, this is wrong, guys. The option is wrong. The correct answer would be definitely option number D, not option number C, because no, the metallic case you would not connect the live wire to the metallic case. That's the most dumbest thing you can do. No, it's the earth wire. Whereas the wire where the fuse is connected should be the live wire. You can't. What's the point of connecting to the earth wire? There's no point in that. So the answer is wrong. But yeah, it should be option B, guys. Sorry, apologies again. Last question, people. 2013 board exam, another 4-mark question, 4 to 7 minutes in exams. We'll try to do it in less than 3 minutes. The question is: electrical gadget can give an electric shock to its user under certain circumstances. Mention any 2 of these circumstances, and what preventive measures provided in a gadget can protect a person from an electrical shock. Alright, what preventive measure provided in a gadget? Alright, the first part of the question is: in an electric gadget, what are the ways that you can get an electric shock? First of all, if you were to touch it with wet hands, right? If you touch with wet hands, that is definitely one of the reasons that could definitely get you electrocuted. So that's one thing that you should definitely avoid. Second thing is that if there is any kind of if the insulation is bad, that is also one more way that you can get an electric shock. If the insulation is bad, that way also, or if you can say that if the earthing is not given, that is also one more way that you can get an electric shock. So see, you can also mention that if earthing is not given, if earthing is not provided or given to it, then also you can get an electric shock. So if the insulation is bad, that means that the outer plastic covering is open. So if you touch it, you're touching the copper wire directly, so the current would start passing through your body, which is definitely not something that you need. So if the insulation is bad, that is also a problem. So what are the ways that you can prevent it? Measure provided by a gadget can protect a person from electric shock. One is that you have the earthing pin. So one is the existence of the earthing pin. Existence of the earthing pin or the earth pin. Earthing pin is one thing that definitely protects you from electric shocks. And B, you have to make sure that the insulation is proper. You have to keep checking the circuits again and again. So make sure that insulation is given correctly. So all of these, make sure that the insulation is proper. Make sure that you keep checking it over and over again, at a proper time interval, so that you don't get any sort of electric shocks. So that's the answer, guys. That's all. Another 4-mark question. This is a 4-mark question, people. This is a 4-mark question. All right, from household circuit. So this is how easy this chapter is, guys. But why do you lose? Why do you want to lose that 4 marks? So please put in a little bit of effort, and this chapter would be yours for the taking. All right. So again, the answer is electric shock can be caused either due to poor insulation of the wire or if the electric appliance is touched with wet hands. To prevent the insulation of the wire must be good, of good quality. You have to check it time to time and make sure that they are replaced if they are pretty old. Make sure no wire is left open or naked, in other words. And yes, the ground wire should also be, there should be a grounding given as well. Right? These are the answers, right? So by that, people, we have completed yet another chapter. Yeah. That's all. 2 more chapters, people. 2 more chapters, and we are done. That's it. This is your homework, by the way. 2011 question. The question is name 2 safety devices which are connected to the live wire of a household circuit, electrical circuit, and secondly, give one important function of each of these 2 devices. Let's go. Let me know what is the answer in the comment section. Let's see who gets it the fastest. So that's it from my side. Thanks a lot for joining, people. So by that, we have completed household circuit. The next one will be calorimetry, and then we have one radioactivity as well. So I'll see you guys then. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Do not forget to click on the link given in the description and enroll into the course for the Vedanta Pro subscription course. The coupon code is EME Pro to avail the 50% discount. And yes, guys, I've already told you what are the advantages. Everything is up to you guys. So the ball is in your court. Make the right decisions. That's it. Just subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, hit the bell icon as well. Thank you for joining. Catch you guys in the next one. This is Anup signing off for the day. Have a great evening ahead. See you guys soon. Take care and bye bye. See you all guys.